Ha, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is a more severe. You watching my channel. You can find me on Instagram at a more severe 9. Or you can also find me on my other Instagram account, which is Bowman Artistic Design. So this is the you're watching Sipping God, the Greatness of Failure. Let's get right into it. So Sipping God is a bunch of studies from different topics and subjects, from historical point of view, from different ethnicities, religion, science, philosophy, theories, facts. It's a mixture of everything combined into one to give you a more easier just to give you a more easier way of looking at life and hearing information, knowledge, what I'm saying? So what I'm doing is I'm creating a comfort environment to where people can feed their mind by me creating a relativity to the information that's easily able to achieve as well. So there's different individuals that I'm subscribed to on YouTube that I follow by, like Brother Sanchez. I mean, that man has an amazing resources and references for the information that he shared to the public. Like, he shares some amazing news to the public. If you want to definitely awaken, feed your mind, enlighten, be inspired, Bro Sanchez on YouTube, check him out. You gotta check him out. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Another one is Savan Bomar. Savan Bomar gets really in depth. I mean, for anybody that's really philosophical, very technical and logical, and also like a high, strong spiritual, a shaman. Savan Bomar, he gets to the science of like he gets, I won't say science, but he breaks down spirituality like really detailed to the core. He may be a little bit difficult to comprehend because he does speak intelligence with a lot of different terminologies that I'm not too familiar to, but he's a really good guy to listen into. For anyone that is into the metaphysics, really huge, he goes into depth. He goes far. Goes far. I like brother Sanchez though, cause he gets real. He gets down to earth, right to the point. All right, so we're back on Sipping God, Greatness of Failure. So, what is this about? What is this about? You know, the number one thing I have realized and noticed in America is that the people of our community, the people of our community are like face literally this. I want to say the people of our community face destruction all the time. And the number one reason why we face destruction is because our lack of knowledge. Now, okay, let's really narrow things down here. Because when you say the lack of knowledge, a lot of individuals like to roll their eyes or turn their back from this. But let's just be real. School systems have created a way to where they put up a curriculum together. They put this curriculum together and they literally tell you, oh well, once you reach these grades, and once you reach up to a doctor's degree, a PhD, a master's, a bachelor's, or an associate, then you're done with your learning. I'm sorry, these school systems do not prepare you for this ongoing world that's always evolving and changing. You would never stop learning. And school systems can put people in the place of, well, I've learned enough that I need already. I went to school, so I've gotten my knowledge. I got my proof. But to be honest, this is literally an outlet for individuals to stop learning, to stop, increasing their knowledge. And to be honest, learning is an ongoing process. You're never supposed to stop. Never supposed to stop. What you will learn in school is that most of everything is research. Everything that you learn is all backed up through research, something that we're studying and investigating to identify as truth and fact. And what happened to that characteristic? What happened to that about us? Like, we literally will be the type of individuals, and these are people of the black community, will be the individuals that will take whatever someone's telling us. We will literally defend and defend other people's beliefs and knowledge, and refuse knowledge and reject new information or information being shared to them without any investigation. And what I mean is that people will literally defend and be an advocate on beliefs that they have not investigated. A lot of people are okay with just knowing what they know, or a lot of people are okay with being set in a belief in a certain way, when to evolve, that's an ongoing daily process of renewing your mind. And what that means is learning and feeding your mind relevant information that helps you elevate to the top. You can't say you know a lot. You can't say you know everything, when in reality a true wise man knows he knows nothing. So every single day you have to feed yourself knowledge to stay afloat, to stay above, because you don't want to be that individual that becomes ignorant, where you're blissed in ignorancy, but in a sense to where you're so far gone from understanding that is literally apprehending your ability to elevate in life, or is stopping your growth because you have not feed yourself the knowledge to rise. The greatness of our failures. A lot of us look at failures as, that's it, it's all over. Failures are big mistakes. Failures is literally a sign that there's another way how to do something. Do not take a failure as it is all over, because failures give rise to opportunity. And I want people to really embrace that, because that is something that is a fact. When you fall down, you get back up. Even people with disabilities that fall down don't want to stay falling down. They want to get back up. And sometimes when we fall, we need an extra hand to help us raise up. And it's okay, because people are in our life to be that extended assistance. But since we've been hurt in our previous lives by individuals that we have welcomed into our life, we allow that to be the default for everyone in our life, when we should be learning from our lessons and increasing our ability to discern, to be able to perceive someone before the incident happens. See, people that becomes more consciously aware of their actions and their feelings and their thoughts become aware of warnings before they happen. And a lot of times we get warnings before things happen, but we don't know how to trust in our instincts. We don't know how to tap into ourselves to be able to follow those instructions, or we're not disciplined enough to follow our own instructions, because deep within yourself, there's always a guide that's telling you what you're supposed to do. Do we always follow these guides? No, we don't always follow these guides. But that's why I would like to tell people, do not allow failures to be your downfall. Don't allow failures to be the reason why you don't get back up, because failures give rise to opportunity. Even when it came to the black community being subjugated by the Caucasians during a time of where slavery was at its ugly. You know what I'm saying? When slavery was at its ugly, the black community started off as an advanced race within the different beliefs that we have, the different practices that we have, the different actions that we've done to build. We're saying we've built pyramids, we built other historical artifacts, we built civilization, we built society. A lot of our beliefs then spread throughout the world, and they've been translated into different religions, into different other cultures. You know what I'm saying? And so what gets me what gets me, I'm back, I'm back, people. Do apologize for that long hold. I had like a an interesting switch up with the videos. All right, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Give me one moment. Let me get back, get back to the groove, how things were. Okay, so I'm back. I'm back. Just to go back to what I was just talking about, because I had like a quick little break real fast that was unexpected. Right now, I'm at a holistic shop at 2237 South Michigan. If you need crystals, stones, massage therapy, holistic healing, other holistic approaches, come here. We got it at Lax Energy Works. Now, back to what I was saying. One thing I want to let people know. I mean, even this is more so a message directed to the community of our people, Black people, is that we have a long history. We have a long history where it looks like failure, right? I mean, failure seems to be something that screams a lot when it comes to the people of our community. But in reality, our failures are our greatness. Our failures gave rise to opportunity because our failure of being more in tune with ourselves, our failure of not taking the time to know who we are, our failure with our lack of understanding have gave rise to they gave rise to other races outside of us to evolve. Because of our downfall, we created an influence. We created a paradigm shift that happened in our reality that switched up everything. Like literally everything began to be changed, socially impact, and just mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, socially, everything changed when our fall, when people of our community began to fall. Everyone around us began to value. It's interesting that we became the example of what it looks like when you don't know who you are. We became the example of what it looks like when you don't have a strong belief system. We became the example of what you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like we became that example because of our failure, and because many of us don't know how to work together and reunite and build unities and build communities. We're so focused on like getting away from our issues. We're so focused and we're so good at running away from our problems or caging our problems up that we don't take the time to raise above our circumstances and to raise others that's relating in their circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So what's what's interesting to me is, give me one brief moment. I got. All right, I'm back. I'm back online. Back online. All right. So okay. So we're back online. Back online. So I think everybody for waiting for me to come back on here. I'm at the shop, so I might be coming on, coming off, coming on, coming off. But back to what I was saying. Uh, the 18. Yeah. So with that being said, what's interesting is that wow, Christmas is next week. My bad. I literally just had a quick that moment when you like not paying attention to holidays and then holiday kind of pop up in your face. Wait, is it next week? Wow, it's coming up quick. Ooh, wow. No, no. A lot of people are just so. Is it on? Oh, it's back. My YouTube page is acting crazy right now. I do apologize, people, for that. But what I was trying to say is that even through our long records of slavery, there was still greatness within that because, for one, not only were we the most valuable of slaves, but we also were the most empowering race. They had to mess with our minds in order to have power over our body. And that is one of the most that's the most advantage that the principalities and high places have over us, is that we have allowed them to infiltrate our mental. We allow them to infiltrate our mind. And what I mean is that the black community is at the bottom the way it is, or falling or failing, because they do not see the opportunity. They only see their circumstances. They only see failure, but they don't realize that this is your opportunity to rise to the top. There are many people in this world that are out to support and to assist anyone that takes that moment to innovate their life, to take that opportunity to step forward. Why continue living a life where no matter how big you become, no matter how many jobs you work, no matter how many great careers you have, no matter how many homes, no how many cars, if you don't know who you are, it means nothing. If you're not adding a solution to the many social, ethic, and other major issues that we're facing because of our skin color, then how are we rectifying the situation that massively impact us? We have to keep in mind that the troubles that be affect us all, and we all have abilities, talents, and skills that if we came together, if we knew how to come together as a union, like how many other races. You got Hispanics, you have Spanish, we have Asians, we have Muslim, we have people from just all different types of people being close together in their support when it comes to family and unity and building their communities. But people of our community, we don't know who the enemy is. We are so much at each other's throat that we don't even take the time to observe one another, to get to know one another, and know how we can add on to each other to grow. And that's what's destroying us, piece by piece by piece by piece. It is breaking us down. And that is something that needs to change. That is something that needs to change. And the greatness of our failure is that no matter how many times we fall, we always gave rise to opportunity. We always change the situation. We know how to adapt. When we see a failure come our way, we change that into an opportunity. There's nothing there's nothing that is so deep, because for those that are biblical, the Bible says, or just even spiritual, that God wouldn't put too much on you that you could not bear. We have bear through the worst of the worst of the worst, and still we cannot be defeated. So just think about how much greatness is really built into your DNA, because you have previous lives before you that has been building and building and building a solution. Even though many of us have died, this new later generation will be the seed to replant this world with innovation. But it takes an individual to step outside of what they already know to expand their mind to receiving more information. The whole goal is to learn and use that knowledge to be a solution in this world. I have this system called Talks. Talks is truth, answer, wisdom, knowledge, and solution. The 5 pillars of wealth. As long as you're able to provide a truth, an answer, a wisdom, a knowledge, or a solution, you will always be paid, and you will always be recognized, and you will always be needed. You will always be considered of value, because that's what people pay for. People pay for those things. And so you will always be a place of wealth when you have that down packed and you create different businesses wrapped around those 5 different things that I've mentioned, which is truth, answer, wisdom, knowledge, solution. Talks, my 5 pillars of wealth. So, like I said before, failures is only an opportunity. but it's based upon how you look at it. Because your mentality and your emotions dictate your experience. And if you allow your mind and your emotions to think in a way that only brings you down, that's exactly what you're going to experience. The negative feelings that you go through is for a protection, it's for a warning, it's letting you know, like, hey, this something needs to change. Your negative emotions are signals to push you into making the best decision that's going to flip that feeling into a positive. Our goal is not to deal with negative situations by letting it eat us away or let it take control over our thinking, over our actions. We use our emotions to give us signals. You know what I'm saying? To give us signals, to let us know which way to go, what best actions to take. Because when you feel a negative, the best way is to counter that with a positive. Fill it with something that's just as positive so that you can continue to float above. Greatness, there's greatness in failure. There's always been, because look at where we are now. Even though it took us some time to become more aware of our surrounding, because now people in our community are more aware. They're not just taking no for an answer. They're not just being a yes man.